If you looked at my life through the window of my Range Rover, you would hate me. Honestly, I would hate me too. I am Emily. I live in a $4 million glass house overlooking the cliffs of Malibu. My husband, Mark, is the kind of man they write romance novels about. He's a pediatric neurosurgeon. He has hands that save lives and a smile that disarms enemies. We have been married for 10 years. 10 years of vintage wine, silk sheets, and Sunday brunches by the ocean. I remember our anniversary last month. He bought me a diamond tennis bracelet. He clasped it around my wrist and kissed my pulse point. "To us," he whispered, "to perfection." Perfection. It's such a fragile word, isn't it? Like glass. It looks beautiful until you apply just a little bit of pressure. Then it shatters. The pressure started on a Tuesday. Mark was in the shower. His phone was on the nightstand. It buzzed. Usually, I never look. I respect his privacy. But the screen lit up with a notification from the bank. Transfer complete, $5,000 to St. Jude's boarding facility. I frowned. We donates to charity, yes, but St. Jude's? That wasn't a charity. That was a residential home, a place for people who have nowhere else to go. I waited until he left for work. My heart was pounding against my ribs like a trapped bird. I went into his study. He always kept the bottom drawer locked, but I knew where the spare key was, hidden inside his old medical dictionary. Click. The drawer slid open. Inside, there were no patient files. There was just a stack of brown envelopes and a child's drawing. A drawing of a family, a daddy, a mommy, and a little girl. I picked up the photos underneath. My hands were shaking so hard the photos blurred. It was a girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, Mark's eyes. She was growing up in these photos, 2 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old. I turned the photo over. In Mark's handwriting, it said, "Sophie, my secret angel." He had a daughter. For 10 years, he looked me in the eye. He slept in my bed. He told me he loved me, while he was hiding a whole other human being. I didn't call him. I didn't scream. I just drove. I put the address of the facility into my GPS. It was 2 hours away, deep in the valley. The drive felt like a funeral procession. Every mile took me further away from my perfect life and closer to a truth I didn't want to know. The facility was a gray concrete building. It looked cold. It looked like a prison for forgotten things. I walked up to the reception. I lied. I told them I was Mark's sister. They didn't even check my ID. "Oh, you're here for Sophie? She's in the garden." I walked to the garden. It was overgrown with weeds. And there, on a rusted swing set, was Sophie. She was small for her age. She was wearing a dress that was too big for her. She was kicking the dirt with her shoes. She looked up when she heard my footsteps. God, it was like looking in a mirror. Not my mirror, Mark's. She had his chin, his nose. She had the same way of tilting her head when she was confused. "Are you from my daddy?" she asked. Her voice was so small, so hopeful. I choked back a sob. I know your daddy," I whispered. "Is he coming?" "He promised he would come for my birthday. That was last week." My knees gave out. I sank onto a bench. He missed her birthday? He was with me last week. We were at a wine tasting in Napa. He was laughing, drinking Pinot Noir, while his 10-year-old daughter was sitting on this rusted swing waiting for him. He hadn't just betrayed me. He had abandoned her. He was paying money to keep her hidden away like a dirty secret so he could play the perfect husband. That hurt more than the affair. That made him a monster. I drove home. I cooked dinner. Roast beef. His favorite. I set the table. I lit the candles. I placed the envelope with Sophie's photos right in the center of his plate. When Mark walked in, he was smiling. "Something smells amazing, honey," he said, loosening his tie. He walked into the dining room. He stopped. The smile didn't fade slowly, it vanished instantly. He saw the photos. The silence in the room was so heavy, it felt like it would crush my lungs. "Sit down, Mark," I said. My voice didn't sound like mine. It sounded like a stranger's. He didn't sit. He looked at me with eyes that were suddenly very cold. "You went through my desk," he said. "I went through your desk?" I screamed. I slammed my hand on the table, making the silverware jump. "Is that what you're worried about? Mark, you have a daughter, a 10-year-old daughter sitting in a rotting facility while you drink wine in Malibu." I threw a glass at him. It shattered against the wall. "How could you? She waited for you on her birthday, you monster!" Mark didn't flinch. He didn't look sorry. He walked over to me, grabbed my wrist, and squeezed hard. "Lower your voice," he hissed. "Sophie was a mistake, a fling from medical school. The mother died. If I brought her here, it would ruin my reputation. It would ruin us. I did what was necessary." "Necessary?" I whispered, looking at the man I loved. "You threw away a child to save your reputation? And you will keep your mouth shut," he said, pushing me back. "Because if I go down, Emily, the lifestyle goes down. The house, the cars, the money. You like the money, don't you? So be a good wife, wipe your tears, and never mention her name again." Now, Mark made a fatal error that night. He thought I was weak. He thought I was just a trophy wife who loved money more than my soul. He was wrong. I didn't leave him that night. Oh no, that would be too easy. Leaving him would mean he keeps his money and his reputation. I wanted him to keep nothing. For 3 months, I played the role of the obedient wife. I smiled at his parties. I ironed his shirts. But while he slept, I became a spy. I hired a private investigator. I got the bank statements proving he was paying hush money. I went back to the facility and recorded a video of Sophie telling her story. I gathered every single piece of dirt on Dr. Mark, the saint. I wasn't just going to divorce him, I was going to destroy him. Waiting for the perfect moment, the annual medical gala, the night he was supposed to receive the Doctor of the Decade award. There would be press, investors, and the entire medical board. The morning of the gala, I laid out his tuxedo. "You're going to look so handsome tonight, darling," I said, kissing his cheek. He smiled, arrogant as ever. "Make sure you look good, Em. The cameras will be everywhere." Oh, don't worry, I thought. The cameras are going to see everything. The ballroom was glittering with chandeliers. Mark stood on the stage, holding his golden trophy. The applause was deafening. He leaned into the microphone. "I dedicate this award to family," he said, "to protecting the innocent." I stood at the back of the room, near the projector technician I had bribed with $5,000. I nodded at him. The screen behind Mark flickered, his photo disappeared, and suddenly Sophie's face appeared, huge, high definition. The room went deadly silent. Mark turned around, confused. On the screen, Sophie waved. "Hi, Daddy," she said. "Why don't you come visit me anymore? The nurses say you're ashamed of me. Are you?" Gasps erupted in the room. Flashes of cameras went off like lightning. Mark dropped the trophy. Clang! He looked like a trapped animal. He scanned the crowd for me. I stepped out from the shadows. I didn't scream. I just held up my hand and waved goodbye. That was 6 months ago. Mark lost his license. The scandal was too big to hide. He is currently facing charges for child neglect and fraud. He lost the house. He lost the cars. He lost the fame. But me? I am sitting in a small garden today. It's not a mansion, but it's home. I hear laughter. I look up. Sophie is running across the grass, chasing a golden retriever. She looks healthy. She looks happy. I didn't just expose him. I adopted her. She runs to me and jumps into my arms. "Mommy, look what I found!" I hold her tight. Mark thought she was a burden, but he was blind. She wasn't a mistake. She was the best thing that ever came out of our marriage. To anyone listening, never let anyone make you believe that money is worth more than the truth. Sometimes you have to burn your whole life down just to find the diamond in the ashes. Mark spent 10 years building a fortress of lies to protect his reputation. He thought he was untouchable. He thought money could bury the truth. But he forgot one simple rule of the universe. The truth doesn't need a key. It kicks the door down. He lost his career to hide a daughter. I lost my marriage to find her. Tell me, who really won? If you want to see more liars get exactly what they deserve, click that subscribe button right now and watch this next video, because the next story is even crazier than this one.